I mean, as you can see, there's snow on the ground, and you know, it's just not the best of conditions. But I got a pocket full of flint, and right when the wife called, I picked this up. This is some kind of like big hafted knife, you know, big scraper. It's not a core. You can see it. I think it's something that's like a, you know, like a big palm handheld big scraper. Look at that. Even got spot right there. You can grab a hold of it and, you know, scrape with. That's what it is. And you can, well, that's just a piece of flint. Well, when you know, you pick up all that right next to it, that's a broken piece of broken gorget. That's what it is there, buddy. That's what that is. Yep. Yep. A corner of a broken gorget, bunches of flint, and it's just in this garbage too. Look, there's a piece. Some gray stuff right there. But yeah, it's not ideal. Hey everybody, there's a piece of bluish black Shocton. Right here is the platform. You can clearly see that. This might have been shafted into something. But definitely napped really nice right there. Yeah, so some kind of like little flake knife, little cutting tool. Pretty nice. So that's a couple decent little artifacts right here, and basically nothing. I mean, as you can see, I mean, most of this field is still covered in snow. Not the best of conditions. Not even really plowed well. I'm just nitpicking along through here, and you know, trying to really concentrate. As you can see, just something as small as this. So, you know, right there's a piece of Flint Ridge. Right there, some really nice stuff. Very high quality material. So there's a good mix right here. I'm in Knox County today, hitting a spot. I actually had a lead on a permission, a place that was ready. Someone told me they hunted it years ago and it was very good. And well, I went to some links to run down the property owner, a couple different trips, some driving involved, and was told no. And that's it, right? So you try, and that's it. When you're told no, no means no. So, you know, I shook his hand, got to know him, carried on the conversation, but before it ended, he told me that maybe one of these days down the road, if I stop back, he may change his mind and say yes. So, you know, if you're asking for permission, everybody, just try to be very polite. Right? Be polite and always try to, you know, just be friendly and polite. And you never know, even if things don't seem like they're going to work out for you, with the right attitude, it may just happen. So always try to keep that positive attitude. You know, a lot of negative things come from negativity. If you're a person that's a Debbie Downer type personality, you know, you're going to bring a lot of things onto your own self. I believe in the power of positive thinking. Ain't no doubt about it. You have to believe in yourself. So look at that. That's a little knife right there. Fly fine there, buddy. You can see right there is the cortex. Right there is limestone. Clearly napped all the way around right there in that end. Little knife, little blade. Another one, live find. Okay, I'm going to get back at it, everybody. See you. Well, bummer, everybody. Oh, right there's a piece of Nelly Gray. Yeah, the first point that I found was blown up. Look at all the fire popping in this thing. Yeah, it's a midsection. Boy, it blew this thing right up, that heat. It really does a number on flint, doesn't it? There you go, first point of the day, and it's blown up. That's how my luck's going. See ya. Hey everybody, I got a kind of a modern arrowhead in my hand. It's tipped, but I keep all these. I don't find in my area. I just don't find a lot of Fort Ancient stuff. I don't. Not a lot of modern stuff. But check her out. It's yeah, it's what it is. Like a Fort Ancient triangle. And I just shut the phone off, and I think it was like the first or second piece of flint I touched after I was complaining about finding a broken point. Well, then I turn around and there's another. But you know, these are this one here's seen heat too. Ain't no doubt about that. Look at it. Another broken one. Yep, snapped right now. It's almost like, look at that. Just picked up this. This is really cool. Some kind of a tool. They got it napped down real heavy in there. Flint ridge. It's sharp. It's glassy like material. That's going in the pocket. But I'm picking up flint on a very consistent basis right here now. Little stuff, but I keep picking at it. I know eventually I'll tug on something really nice. See that? As you can see, yeah, it's fire popped. Look at that, it's blown out. I seen a wee little finishing chip right here. See that? Tiny little chip. That's flint ridge translucent material. The best thebe point that I found out of here was made out of white translucent flint ridge. It was awesome. I'm talking, you know, like an all-timer point. It had one of the not a base ear, but like the wing, you know, and one of the notches is damaged. Right there, look at that. Wouldn't that be something? Pull out something major. Just a big. It's. Darn it! Sorry about the work here. Let's clean that up and look at that. This is going in the pocket tonight when I go home. What I do usually is I'll go home and I'll lay all that out and I'll watch the evening news with the wife, have dinner, and I'll mill around on that. She takes care of what she does, and I take care of what I do. We wrap up our days and have dinner, and I'll go through stuff like that. Yeah, this is a very good spot. If I don't find one, you know, one day I'll come back and I know I'll find one here. You know, I've found many before. But just because you come into an area and you don't find it one day doesn't mean the next time you come back it won't be laying there, because the process of erosion is constantly happening. So don't give up on your spots there, buddy. Just keep coming back. Guess what? This is where I found that chisel-tipped. Well, I found two chisel-tipped Big Sandies. One of them was like a Leighton Big Sandy with a chisel tip. And there was a black one. It didn't have the one. It was like a, yeah, like a Leighton point. This one, see that? This one was black. Yeah, black side notch, and the notching, it was a little, you know, there was a little bit bigger than average notching. The notches were quite open on this point. See, it's just good sign. So I'm just going to keep picking at it there, buddy. And let's keep our fingers crossed. What a faker that was. Oh, I hate that. Alright, see you. Hello, everybody. Are you there? Alright, I got you on here. Well, I kept at it. You know, there's a pretty good mix. I don't know how many deer out back in here. My gosh, this place is loaded with venison. We're going to pull this together. I Do not know what it is, so some kind of a flake tool, man. Pretty good one. Wow. Wow. You know, it's a lancet blade's what it is. Pretty darn crazy one. Man, I can't wait to clean this material up and get a look at it. I'm sorry, everybody, with the crappy camera work. I was sitting here gawking at it myself. I don't know. Man, look at this thing. It's ultra thin, too. I mean, shoo. It made us some great stuff. I know that ain't Upper Mercer. That's all I know. And it's that, I'm telling you, there's, of course they were using Flint Ridge in here, because the stream behind me runs all the way down into Licking County. But sometimes I get some white flint I find back in here that's crazy awesome. And that Thebe point I'm talking about, it's made of something like that. You know, quartzy, white and quartzy. It's impressive, and just the steep bevel that you'll ever find on them kinds of points. Look, right there's a chip right beside it. Yeah, I'm putting that one in with that nice. Well, it would have been nice. It's broken, but I like those, even if they're broken in Fort Ancient points. I just don't find them. Some people, you know, they make displays with hundreds of them. Now, when I lived north of the northern part of Richland County, right? I lived in the northern part of Richland County and northern Ashland County, southern Huron County area, let's say like 25 years ago. Oh my gosh, you know, back then I'd find just ridiculous amounts of Fort Ancients, you know, stuff like that, Madison triangle points, things like that, those kinds of artifacts, stuff of that nature. I mean, just bunches of them. I think maybe one of the nicest Madison points I have in my collection, that's where that one came from, was North Richland County, Ohio. But as far as like down here, I mean, in central Ohio, is well, I have to say this much: Knox County, the western part of Knox County, I did find, you know, let's say, I guess it'd be about 18, 17 years ago. I did come into a bunch of them there. I know a couple of sites, but in my neighborhood in general, no, it's older stuff. At least that's what I concentrate on, right? I like finding the old stuff now. That's what I'm after. But, you know, it's not like I'd ever throw away a nice triangle point, right? I keep it all, everybody. I love it all. I love it, all of it. But I really, really get excited about the old stuff. Yeah, there's good flint density in here, everybody, so I'm going to let you go. Still at it, see you. Well, everybody, I made a mistake here. I pulled this one. I could have lied and pulled it, but man, look at the color of this blade. This little tool right here. Look at that stuff. It's great, ain't it? You can see it's napped up. Probably just a little knife, little tool. Pretty nice going into the pocket, but I'm going to pull on a couple of these here, see what happens. You see that there? That's nothing. Huh. Let me see here. Look at that little finishing chip of Flint Ridge. Right there. Well, everybody, there, I got one there. Hey, everybody. Well, another broken, stinking point. Thin. I'm assuming this is another one of them triangle points. Yep. Probably more like a true Fort Ancient type right there. You know, they're not like a Madison. They're not as broad. They're a thinner. You know, not necessarily thinner across the cross section, That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, you know, from side to side. You know, Madison Point's more like your, you know, the typical shape of a triangle. You know, the Fort Ancient Point's almost a rectangular type, almost. Right there, some Flint Ridge. Yeah, what a bummer, man. Hate keep finding these broken points, but I'll pick them up. You can see some over here along the edge, you know, right amongst these deer tracks. I mean, all over, but look at the Flint Ridge material. There's more of it on down the line here. I can see it. Right behind me. There's another little flake. Yeah, one of these days, man, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to find another one of them feed points back in here, and it'll be just a stunner. It'll be a stunner. Alright, I'm going to get back at it. Another broken point. See ya. Nope. Another piece of white Flint Ridge. See ya. Well, I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm glad you all didn't hear the word I just said when I found this one. Oh, man, is that thing is just a... Oh, I bet you that was a Jack's Reef. I don't think that was a triangle point. I bet you that was a Jack's Reef right there. Just by the way it's made, how thin it is. Yep, I bet you that was a Jack's Reef point right there. I'd almost bet money on it. If it's not a Jack's Reef, it's a triangle point, and it would have been a big one. Oh, I'm just that's enough to make you sick right there. Oh, Lord, that is terrible. Please be something awesome and full. Oh, what we got here? Broken something. All right, everybody, I'm going to get back at it. Gosh darn it. You know, you can see there's material. There's still good material on the ground, and you know, right there you go, fire pit, right, mixed in with all this nice flint chippings. I mean, last year I came into here and I found 11 points, and in one day out of the 11, 9 were broken. 9 were broken. So when people say, "Oh, you shouldn't be out getting them artifacts" or something like that, you tell them, if you're hunting a cornfield, you look them in the eye and you tell them, I'm not taking artifacts. I'm rescuing artifacts, because that's essentially what I'm doing here. I'm rescuing these artifacts every season. When they turn this, they're destroying stuff. I mean, just annihilating it. And we've seen how thin some of these points I've been pulling out of here are. I mean, they're snapping them. They're just, some of these points, I mean, I could snap them with my fingers, let alone, you know, a huge tractor driving over top of them, dragging steel behind it. That might be a little tool right there. See that little tip right there? That could be like a little graver. I'll have to inspect that one. But, you know, it's just all over in here, buddy. Alright, I'm going to get back at it. See you. Okay, everybody. Another one. Little blade. Can you see the napping on it? Clearly been hit with a plow right there. Right in the middle of that. That's a shame, ain't it? But real thin little piece of blue Upper Mercer. So another artifact. Blue Upper Mercer blade. You see, it's seen the heat. And I see something down here. I'm gonna pull this live. It's a knife. Cool. Fly fine, everybody. Some kind of a tool, maybe a core. It's that same stuff. That's that really high grade blue Upper Mercer with the white swirls in it. That's great looking stuff. Man, do I hope I find a point made out of that. Shoo! That'd be a stinking week maker and a half. I'm due, everybody. I mean, it's tough. It's a tough time of year. If you're out hitting this, you know, you know, it's bad conditions. It's cold. It's windy. I've had it rain on me half the time today, sprinkling. You know, but if you're not looking, you ain't gonna find them. I've had many friends in my life that, you know, they're interested in all this stuff. You know, they like to go. I've got a few friends that are quite serious about all this, but you know, I have a lot of friends that were, you know, mildly interested in all this sort of stuff, but to keep finding them on a consistent basis, to keep finding artifacts, to keep making new discoveries, I mean, you have to be driven. You got to really want it, everybody. You know, you got to want it. And you know, I used to tell about one buddy of mine, I said, buddy, you ain't gonna, well, we talk about deer hunting or fishing or whatever. You know, you like the outdoors, but, you know, he was kind of one of them guys that had to be pushed a little in life, you know, to get motivated. And I'd always get on him and say, you ain't gonna find him on the couch, buddy. You ain't gonna get that big buck sitting on the couch. I'd say it all the time, and I mean that. You know, you got to be a guy that's wanting to go the extra mile, or you're just going to be average. You're going to be an average hunter. You want to really be special at what you do. Put forth a special effort. You know, I played sports all the way up to I was 37 years of age, everybody, and I just love that competitive. There's a competitive thing in me. It's not like I'm just totally transfixed on being better than everybody, but you know, I challenge myself constantly. I know. Now I found a broken one, everybody. Look at it where it'd been hit. Tipped stem point, made out of, looks like some blue upper Mercer. And there's a good mix all over the ground there, buddy. See, you know, look, right there's a piece right there. It'd probably come off the point. Manufacturing of it could have happened that way. Good spot there, buddy. I'll show it to you again. Finally landed a point, but damaged, tipped, struck. Alright, I'm gonna get back at it and see you. Another one here to make me sick. Look at that. Big broken knife form. Made out of translucent stuff. Ooh, yeah, enough to nauseate you. Nauseating. But it's, boy, I tell you, it's just, I've gotten away from the, I've been hunting for the most part today close to the water source here. And I've gotten out into the field a little bit away from it, and it's still pretty good flint density in here. You can see it. It's, you know, it's enough to keep you excited, to keep you hitting it. You know, I found that broken point. You know, yeah, there might be something into the pocket. Look at it later. See, when I hunt, everybody, I'm picking up so much stuff. When I go to some of these other places I got, boy, look at the material here. There's some kind of little tool. Look at it. Oops, sorry. Yep. It's a little artifact that's going in the pocket. But I'm going to talk about smoker. I found a pink dovetail in here that was broken a few years back. I'm serious. It almost made me want to fall into a crying jag. It was immaculate. You know, as far as if it would have been perfect. I don't get points restored, everybody. I don't. But I tell you what, this one here, it had me, you know. I did take like 10 of them out one time, like my 10 just hurt your feelings points of all time. And it was a part of that lot of 10. I really was thinking about getting some restored at a time, and I haven't done it. They are as I find them. You know, I don't believe that the archaeologists there work for the state. I don't think they would be getting points restored. And, you know, to each his own on that one, everybody. Don't take me the wrong way. If you want to get points restored, you know, have at it. You find a point, that's your personal property. Hey, everybody. Shouldn't even shut it off. I know I've been having you on just ratchet jawing as I'm looking. But, you know, I'm finding some stuff. But, check this out. Uniface end scraper. Look at that one. Yep, uniface end scraper. Little shaft on it right there. Pretty nice little find. Goes in there with the broken points and stuff. Too bad I'd find a point made of that material. That was nice material, wasn't it? Bluish, blackish Coshocton. A little bit of white in it. Well, everybody, I got, you know, I am not in Coshocton County. I am in Knox County today. So here's a nice little blade. You know, right here. See, there's some very fine napping on that. Nice little tool, man. Nice one. Very thin, too. But I've got cores and chippings all over the ground around me. I mean, all over. So let's just get busy, shall we? Core. It's just all over. I could stay in this little area. I mean, I can see it. I mean, there's so many little pieces. There's fire rock right there. Black. Yeah, look at that. This is the blade. See the napping on that? This might be like a Waller knife, everybody. Look at the end of it. I have to look at this a little better, but it's some kind of tool off the flake. Almost like that Waller knife I found the other day, to be honest. Very similar. The end of it's not as big, but it's definitely got that rounded end. Pretty nice little tool right there. I suspect. No. It's sharp. Like right there. That boy, I'd get you right there. Okay, into the pocket. Pretty decent artifact, and there's a lot of material on the ground there, buddy. Lots of material. Look, right here's another piece of burned up, wiped out, red the sandstone. Oh boy, yeah, there's a piece of flint ridge right there. Beautiful looking flint ridge material. It's fire popped. I can see another piece of it up here. Ooh. It's just great stuff. Look at that piece of red flint ridge right there. That's great. Alright, I'm going to get off here. I want to really get serious, but, you know, some pretty nice little finds right there. Look at that. There's a piece. You see it? I can see it from here. Alright, I'm going to get back at a lot of flint on the ground. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Maybe we'll find one that's not broken. Yeah, right. Okay, everybody. Well, I got a good one on the ground there, I think. Some upper musher right beside it. But boy, what a nice flint ridge blade, huh? High medial ridge, unifaced. Pretty nice lancet. I guess that would be the form type. Lancet blade. Knife. Pretty nice, huh? I love that material that's in here. I mean, like I said, I keep talking about that Thebes point. Well, it was everything I said it was. It was awesome. You know, it's all over in here. Look at this flat ridge right there. Big stuff. That's not. Alright, well, there you go, everybody. It's already in the pocket, right? Get it back there. Well, I can reach it. Pretty nice. Pretty nice material right there. There you go, everybody. Artifact. See ya. Hey, everybody. I just picked up a couple of weird, kind of like chunky tools. This thing's beat up real bad, but boy, it's just wonderful flint. But look at the color on this, everybody. Reds and whites, and it's got a lot of work done to it. It's some kind of like a knife scraper type thing. There's something right there. Right along that edge. It's uniface, and it's almost like smooth. This could have been a woodworking tool. But just fantastic color, everybody. Fantastic. Look at that. Yeah, it's got all kinds of work on it. Nice. Live fine, everybody. It's going in the good pocket with all the other decent stuff. And that big chunky stuff, it'll go back in here with all the rest of it. The chunk. I'm right up here along the edge now. But like right in this area, it looks like that the creek had... Oh, Lord of mercy. Oh man. I've been hunting her hard, everybody. It just polish. Can you see that right there? That edge. Just polished down. That ain't ground. That's beyond. That's like big sandy polish. Polished all the way around the ears, that base. It all just polished down. Yeah, I'd say that's Big Thebe. Another Big Thebe point. Oh, this makes me sick. Look at that base. There's a nick in it right there. Oh, like I said, everybody, you know, when I found that, I was really shocked when I got that Fort Ancient point down there by the creek, because all in all, everything that I find usually in this field. There's a piece of red hematite. No, just red and stone. Look at all the red coming off of it. Yep. Seeing the heat. I'm a ways from the creek. I'm up on the high ground here. I can't say that I found a whole lot of points up here. I haven't. But, you know, I'm just hunting my way back to the vehicle, and this would have been that kind of a point. There's month maker point. Find that fool. But you know, last year, you know, dovetail. I think it was a dovetail, and it was just as polished as that one. So I've, you know, oh man, that's why I call this place the land of the broken dovetail, everybody. Me and my sons, when I tell my boys, yeah, I was down there at the land of the broken dovetail, they know exactly. They know exactly where this is. Obviously, this field's been getting plowed for so long. It's just the stuff in it's just, man, oh man. But from time to time, though, out of this field, I find them out of here full, and when I do, that's why I keep coming here. The point, you know, the points, the point types are right what I want. You know, early archaic. I mean, I want early archaic points, everybody. And if I'm not finding early archaic, I mean, I want Clovis points. I want paleo points. I spent 2 years of my life one time looking just for Clovis points. I mean, that's what I done. That's what I went after. And in that 2 years time, looking just for that 1 point type. Let me see here. Oh yeah, that's right. I found none. None in 2 years. What set me out on that journey is I did find one. You know, I've got a pretty decent paleo Clovis collection. It's decent. I've seen better, but it's pretty decent. I've got quite a few nice things. And so you can see right here where the washout come through here, and just I'll hunt this out right here too and look at it. But usually this stuff right here, it's silty. You know, you don't find points a lot and stuff like this. You just don't. You know, the erosion process, right? All the stuff on the hilltops comes running down here in this bottom, and you can clearly see it's really dark and dirt. Yep. Yeah, the soil's dark here, and you'd think that you'd find, or I mean, you'd think that would be good growing ground, right? It'd be nice to grow, you know, your crops in, but you know, these washouts, they lose a lot of their stuff to the wet, right? All right, I'm gonna get off here, buddy. See ya.